Hello, well, it does seem we're online. I don't know. None of my other co-hosts are here. If there is anyone in the chat room, let me know. There I am. Does seem we're online. I don't know. And yeah, that's me echoing there. Fantastic. Professional as anyway, as always, this the show that we do. So I don't know what to speak about. Because according to this, we don't have any viewers, don't have anyone in the chat. So yeah, monologues. Somebody say something. If you are in the chat, ask or say something. I say, I don't know where my co-hosts are at all. They were messaging me on Facebook a few minutes ago and they all seem to have vanished. Ah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm working on it all the time. So been concentrating on losing weight heavily because, yeah. Hello, oh, another one. Thank you, Zmorph. And thank you, Real Everyday. Thank you guys for joining. It's just me right now, so just have to put up with me and my droning voice for a little bit. And yeah, if you've got anything to ask me, go ahead. Don't know if I can give you good answers to anything. Oh yeah, Kitch is having problems. That's fantastic. Yep, we're already having technical issues. Great. Where are you, silly? Hold on, let's see if that fixes it. I'm just waiting for someone else to join. I know Kitch is definitely around. Nathan's going to be along soon. Jen may turn up. Don't know. Haven't heard much from Jen today. I think she's out and about with her camera somewhere. Do you know what she does? And I haven't heard from Marty in a long. It'd be cool if Marty turned up because I haven't spoken to him in ages. Marty's been really below the radar, but he's got the little one to deal with, as far as I know. So yeah, that's the stellar lineup we've got: the journalist and the biochemist who come along soon. Oh, bloody hell, we do have Marty. There you go. I wasn't expecting that at all. Speak of the devil, I brought you out there. Ah, that explains everything. Speaking of Satan, well, I don't know. Is Marty Satan? It could be argued. I think a case can be made for that. Although I think Nathan's got more of a qualifications to be Satan. He's the journalist in the group, so yeah, being a journalist definitely more qualifies you to be Satan. And that's it. Yeah. Oh, where's my crew? I do think we have Kitch. Do we have Kitch? I can see you, but I can't hear you, Kitch.
Maybe I should try talking.
Yes, that works. Brilliant. It's not just me waffling away. I've got Kitch with a beard and a beer, so what more can you ask for on a Saturday night?
Do you like jersey? Well, you can't even see it, but sure.
What shirt's that you got on?
Unload GAA.
All right.
It's the local club out here, so I was out there buying I was out there at the local sports shop. I saw this and I was like, yep, I want this.
Yeah, Marty's asking, what the fuck have you got on your face, Kitch?
I believe it's called pubic hair.
You're having a weird kind of fucked up second puberty, basically.
Yep. I even got tits developing and all. Word week.
Oh, bloody hell. And here's Satan. We're arguing who between Marty and Nathan's more qualified to be Satan, so I was making the case for you, Nathan.
Oh.
It's one of them journalists.
What are my? Oh, that's the only credentials I have so far.
That's the one you have over Marty. You've got the desire.
Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marty's from Sweden, so
I don't know.
No, you missed the joke. You broke the canon.
Yes.
I'm from Murica, so
You never noticed that in our shows. We're always saying Martin's from Norway. That's what you should have said there.
I remember quite a while ago, like maybe a year ago or a little more, I accidentally said Marty's from Norway, not even as a joke. And,
yeah, that's essentially how it all started once. We were getting ready to do a live show, and it was Lundy was there, and Marty had to disappear for 5 minutes before the show. And who was it? It was Martin Wagner we had on, and said, "Oh, is everyone here?" And I said, "Oh, Marty's not here." And he said, "Who's Marty?" And Lundy said, "Oh, I think he's from Norway or somewhere like that." And I was saying, "Don't let Marty hear anyone say that." And Marty appears, say, "I'll hear anyone say what, that you're from Norway." So if anyone ever says that about me, I'm going to hunt you down and kick your ass. And so naturally, this being the internet, we've never relented on it.
Yeah. Well, I accidentally let slip that I thought he was from Norway, and Marty was like, "Fuck you."
So what does everyone have to say for themselves tonight?
I need another beer. Back in a sec. I stood off with an empty one.
Breaking up a little bit. Yeah. Kitch has got like I said, Kitch has got a beard, and he's got a beer at the moment. So.
Yeah, going hipster on us.
Yes. Please tell us you're not drinking craft beer anyway, Kitch.
Actually, I'm drinking cheap beer from Lidl.
I don't know. Could that be hipster territory?
I mainly bought it because of the name.
Yeah, that's
brew.
An IPA. Yeah, I think that gets you into hipster territory.
It's Dark Side IPA.
I've been thinking about growing a beard.
Main reason I bought it because
probably
Dark
never
Side.
will.
Yeah.
I'm also opening it with
a Thor hammer.
Yep.
I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it because Marty always laughs at our pronunciations of it.
Mjolnir. I know I mispronounced it, but sure.
Yeah, I know Marty's going to start laughing at us if we try pronouncing the name of that. That's his one bit of revenge.
I'm sure about magic belt that's like impossible to pronounce as well.
See, I thought about doing the whole Movember thing, but there's just large portions of my face where nothing grows and just look really stupid on me.
My friends have been pressuring me for years to grow a beard, so for Movember. Wow. And I kind of like it so far, but sure.
I've thought about growing a beard, but my problem is that for some reason I can't stand having facial hair, and I feel this urge to shave even when I barely start growing hair on my face.
Yeah,
you have no idea how much it is to go, and just like
Well, it's strange what someone's saying here about Marty's accent, how he sounds American. And this is something I've noticed with Swedes in general. When they all, as I understand it, you all learn a really good standard of English when you leave school. And what I find is a lot of Swedes, they go on like exchanges and all that. And the first country they go to, they sort of adopt that accent. Because I have heard a Swedish girl with a really strong Kerry accent, Kitch. And I was convinced she was Irish, but she was actually Swedish. And she just said, I've been studying there for 2 years. And I've heard she was at Kerry University for 2 years doing an exchange or something like that. And she's just seemed to, and I find Swedes, the first kind of English-speaking accent they hear, it kind of just imprints on them.
So basically, nobody in Sweden's going to understand her.
Yes. Well, if she speaks Swedish in that accent, yeah, it's going to sound really bizarre.
Has Marty lived in America before?
No. I think it's. I think some Swedes do sound kind of American, and that's just kind of.
I think
it's just from watching. It's from watching movies and TV.
Okay.
That's true. But I also think it's just more with the American accent. Every syllable is pronounced.
Yeah.
In the American accent, as far as like then this is just me ignorantly spouting. But like if you go to say the likes of Dublin, certain syllables or letters are just water becomes water.
Yeah.
I'm a typical American in that I really like the British accent, the English accent.
Oh, the English accent.
But
even then, a lot of English accents after that. You could.
Yeah. But then I find it really interesting that a lot of English people are also fascinated by the American accent, which is something I don't even notice since nobody notices their own accent. So it's kind of interesting.
I don't notice too many American. I just notice the southern one, and I do notice Californians. It's not so much an accent, but they speak really slowly. I find Californians, and you do notice there's the New York as well has just some certain words have a weird twang to them.
I'm quite particular to the Boston accent.
Oh yeah, that's quite distinct as well.
I think my accent is probably the least distinctive of all the American accents.
Are you from the Midwest originally? Or?
No, I'm from the West Coast area.
All right.
Never been anywhere else.
All right. Yeah, so that's I know there's other accents, but I can't really tell them apart.
Yeah, I can't tell any of the English accents apart,
except
for the Irish.
Yeah.
And
Scottish, you can tell that.
No, I haven't really been able to pick out Scottish from the rest. Like, I was actually watching Doctor Who series 5 of the new Doctor Who, and there's a scene where when the Doctor meets Amelia Pond as a girl, he says he's like craving food, but he doesn't know what he likes, and so he's like, "You're Scottish, fry something."
Yeah,
and he knew that just from hearing her talk.
Yeah, and you didn't pick up on that accent, no?
No, I didn't. Not that particular character's accent.
Oh, well, someone saying your accent is distinct enough they recognize you when you called the Atheist Experience all those years ago. That was weird. That when you picked that out, mate. Nathan was just kind of you're a bit freaked out by that.
Yeah.
I think I never remember watching that show, but I didn't connect the dots myself for that. I remember watching
so it was so long ago. So,
but I remember
10 years ago.
More, I remember another caller on that episode. What was his name? Oh, I can't. No, there was a certain caller. He was the guy who got angry when Jeff said you're an evolved being. He got really offended with Jeff. So,
I remember seeing that, but I don't remember the call. If that makes sense. Like I remember that as the thing that happened. I saw it, but I can't remember how that call went.
Wait, somebody got offended when Jeff said what?
He was asking for proof of, how can I find proof of this? And he says, well, you use the internet. And how do I do that? Well, use your common sense. You're an evolved being. He said, I'm not an evolved being. I didn't come from no monkey.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I'm not an evolved being. I'm sorry, you're a primitive organism.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Jeff D as well being on the show.
That he's still on the Nonprofits podcast.
Did anyone watch the 20th anniversary Atheist Experience?
There was a 20th anniversary.
I haven't watched the Atheist.
Yeah, they were recently. It was their 20th, and they had a special show where they got loads of the old hosts on. And do you remember Ashley used to be the host?
Yeah.
Ashley Perrion
does not age at all. He has not changed in 15 years. He is exactly the same in every way. It's just it's unreal. And so is Jeff in a way. He doesn't seem to age very much either.
They're Time Lords?
No, but who else was on it? Joe was on it. Joe Zemecki. Kieran Glasser was on it as well. For those who know all the old hosts, it was good to see them again.
Oh, Jeff D.
Joe Zemecki.
Yeah.
Joe Zemecki used to be on Atheist Experience. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, we've had him on the show.
that-
He's like one of the founding members, isn't he?
That must have been really long ago because I've been watching. I started watching Atheist Experience in 2000, like the end of 2008, and I don't remember ever seeing him.
So was
Like,
that
he
you?
was like the start.
Yeah. So was that you in your kind of curious stage at that point?
Yeah, that was about a year before I went full atheist.
All right. Okay. I started watching it in 2006. Yeah, that's when I.
It's the same,
But I didn't.
it's the same opening theme song as well, because I just remember that theme song. It's really good.
Yeah, I didn't start watching. I was listening to the audio of the episodes at that point. Because streaming wasn't a thing at that point.
Yeah, they were on Google Video then.
Yeah, I didn't even. It was just the podcast I was going with at the time. So and then I went to listen to some more. But if you go to the Atheist Experience channel now, they've got all the each episode up.
Yeah.
So you can see. And
Yeah, they've been up. It's the lost episodes.
yeah, and they are fantastic. I find them more entertaining than the new ones, to be honest. I have to say, because they got things. Alec Jones used to put in as well and all that. They had Alec Jones calling them in because.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
And Ray Comfort as well, right?
Oh, I remember that.
They had Ray Comfort as a guest, actually.
Yeah, but
it was
when Atheist Experience started up. Alex Jones used that same studio as them on different days of the week, and I think they were pointing that out in the 20th. The two biggest shows to come out of Austin Public Access, and saying we couldn't be more polar opposites.
Remember the time, actually, just on the 80s Experience, we had one of the guests on. Oh, there goes his cap. We had one of the guests on that Saturday, I think. And on the Sunday before, it was this, basically this guest come on and said, start talking about, good and evil, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember how it got to this topic, but he said that the guest said, "Oh, if I was God, I would stop the little girl from being raped. That makes me better than your God."
That was when we had Tracy on. Tracy,
that was it. Thanks. Yeah. Next thing.
You guys had quite a handful of the Atheist Experience guys on Trolling with Logic.
At one point, we had all of the current hosts apart from Jen. She just never. And I spoke to Tracy and said we've even lobbied Jen to get, because we know you're keen to have all of us had been on, but Jen just wouldn't go on at all. She doesn't seem to do much outside of the show.
Yeah,
I mean, just might be that she's just not interested in anything else.
Is she still? Is she still the president of the?
I have no idea. But yeah, we've had Matt, we've had Jeff, Martin, Don, Tracy. I don't know if there's anyone else. But at that point, that was
we
all.
Actually had at one. Actually, we had the entire that came on tour and James Randi.
Yeah. But that night, but the tech was going severely wrong that night. Everything went wrong with that charity show. So.
Yeah, but it's still led to one, probably one. It's just led to two best moments in this show.
Yeah.
You had James Randi on a charity show?
Yeah, but like I said, that night the tech was just.
Was that the same night as Coughlin's? No, Coughlin the Maximum was the first charity night, wasn't it? Am I right?
Yeah.
And the tech went mental, and it just played to everybody. Just played to its strength. So, if anyone who's listening to this, just if you're curious about the art, just look it up on YouTube. It's on our channel. It's amazing.
Yep. But yeah. Strangely, even with all these things, it's not been the most controversial show we've ever done. That's the one that just released today. Seems to have upset most people.
I have not logged on to see it, mainly because I actually didn't think it would take this long. I actually would think it would take longer for people to get outraged. I think the vaccines one took maybe a day or two before we got
this
some people
one's
getting angry on it.
This one's pretty much been instant. We've had someone doing the I'm unsubscribed, and we were just okay, bye.
And then there was that. I think the very first comment was, "I don't trust anything that bleeds for an hour and doesn't stop."
Oh yeah, that's that guy's actually quoting South Park.
Oh, okay.
South Park. So I'm kind of more leaning towards that guy was just joking.
Yeah.
Because I think Robin actually he used kind of part of that line, and that was them just saying where it actually came from. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I listened to the show this morning, but
I listened to it. Really good, very informative. Quite a lot. I didn't know. I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have it queued on my thing for tomorrow because I'm doing a lot of data analysis, and I usually like to listen to podcasts, and that's number one. I actually didn't realize I was out today until I saw it this morning. I just woke up and I was like, "That's today." I completely forgot about that. I actually didn't think that. I didn't actually remember that was being. I thought that was being recorded today or this weekend. I didn't actually. Yeah, no, I was like, "That's how." I'll just stop talking now.
Natalie's read the book and she thought the book was fantastic. She really enjoyed the book. And, like, I enjoyed listening. I think Robin was a great speaker and all that. She was really good. Yeah,
there was that one point in the show where Robin was like, "Oh, I had an interview with I had another interview earlier this week with a guy who said that he just had no idea at all of all the stuff that was going on after reading her book." And she was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's not that complicated." I wonder what she if she was thinking along the same lines when Jen said at the very beginning that, the men were too afraid to join in on the discussion.
I think Jen explained to her beforehand, and I explained to her in emails that it'll be Jen and Natalie, and I kind of sort of. I gave her a brief explanation why we didn't, why we chose not to be on that show. I think she understood why. Her reasons were quite valid.
Yep.
Well, to me, it just made sense. Like I said, what the hell could we ask her? Because anything we said or disagreed with her on would just sound really douchey in that show.
Agree if anything we agreed on or disagreed on, like
that was the other.
PMS can make women emotional, and you're like, oh yeah.
Right.
I totally understand what you're talking about, and I completely understand.
I know how that feels. Or if you did a well, actually, that would just be the end of us.
Oh yeah.
Up the mic, but that's tone logic forever.
Yes, but no, like I said, it's just.
God help us.
Like I said, I think myself, Nathan, Jen, we just knew what was going to happen with that show.
Yep.
We just knew from day one, there would be people pissed off, and
I didn't actually think it would take. Not take a song. I didn't actually think it would take so quick.
Oh yeah,
I thought it would be a couple of days before that would happen.
No, I just knew the title and also what's on the graphic, kind of the subtitle of her book as well. I knew that would just be the match to the gasoline for some folk. I'm pretty sure a lot of the angry comments, they have barely listened to 2 minutes of that show. They probably heard Jen's joke at the start, and that was them raging. Even though they probably all know what Jen's sense of humor is, and then it's pretty clear she's being sarcastic with what she said. So.
I'm usually pretty sure that a lot of her stuff is sarcasm.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Once you mention women stuff.
Oh yeah, that Mega Gawain guy. Before he said the unsubbed comment, he said, "What is keep women down?"
I said, well, if you speak English, it should be easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Even if you don't speak English, it's fairly easy to figure out what keeping someone down means.
I don't understand people feel the need to announce they're leaving. Just leave, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I like Leona's comment. I'm just now seeing Leona's comment under Jenna's Care to explain what you mean by expressing your ideas and opinions using actual language like a rational person, or are you content to be a child-minded puppet with programmed reactions to triggers?
Bloody hell. No, it's just like I say, out of all the topics we've done, how that is the most upsetting. It's just unreal to me. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that.
I would have thought the vaccine one would be worse, or the one where you have a concordance with that guy. Oh God,
No.
we went on about Zika.
Yeah, but see, the thing with the vaccine one is that people were actually disagreeing with what we said in the show. Whereas with this, it's people just the instant knee jerk to the title and this, what they think the show is. That's what's kind of unreal about it. It's just they saw the title, they saw the description, that was it. Just, I don't know. Oh, well.
I'm pretty sure the unsubbed guy probably didn't listen to much of our past episodes anyway.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I can say. Well, all I can say is just, well, so long, farewell, go fuck yourself.
It's a good way to weed out the baskets of deplorables from our subs list.
Honestly, I don't care.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up really badly, kid.
I am coming.
Either your connection's bad or that beer's stronger than I thought. Hello, Kitch. I just heard shit. That was it. No, Kitch.
Am I really that bad?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you're better now, though.
Not
No,
much
it's
better,
good.
though.
It's probably, hold on, just give me 1 second. I think I identified the source.
Sounded like the Irish Dalek again there. I think is that us with enough. I think we've got enough shows to finish out the year now, don't we? With the guests just got booked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
All right. I'll speak to Abby and get her on for. We'll do a show in December. That can be the show we put out in New Year. So.
Okay.
So for those in the chat, yeah, we're going to get astronaut Abby on to catch up with her and see how she's doing, because I think we were planning that each year would see how far she got and what she'd been up to for the year, because we all enjoyed speaking to her and following her on Facebook and all. That's fantastic.
And then in 2055 we can link up by satellite with her in a spaceship.
Yeah, Google Hangout to it, and she'll probably have a better connection than Kitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kitch we lost Kitch already completely. No, yeah, we'll definitely, because with everything else that's going on, reading Abby's tweets and her Facebook and that is like a shining beacon of light.
Yeah.
I think she's keeping quite a lot of folks sane with her optimism and upbeatness about everything. Kitch?
What was that? Was that just a photograph that popped up there for a second? I thought he went and changed. I thought he went and changed clothes and location for a second there.
And shaved. No. I just turned off the Xbox and else maybe something.
And you're still breaking up, Kitch.
I have no idea, because literally my modem is array up in the which is a cottage, like a story high, but I have to get a ladder and I'll hurt myself.
What?
I don't get my Patreons and.
Yeah, I think he's
Okay
given.
now.
Yeah, a little bit
Not
better.
really.
And yeah, no, I also had the YouTube stream up.
Yep.
And I was eating broadband like fuck.
Oh, that's better now.
Granted, just
So
I know
compared
I'm in the back arse of nowhere, so that's gonna happen. I think.
What I'd like to ask Abby is if she's a Kim Stanley Robinson fan herself, if she's read the books. If she is, she'd be even more awesome. Or any of the other, because I know she's read Andy Weir. Like I think she's friends with Andy Weir, if I remember.
Yeah, she is. She has a video of her and Andy Weir talking on her YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Love to get Andy Weir on, but he was busy writing the new book, wasn't he, when we asked?
Yeah, but that book's come out now, so he might.
Chase to follow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few guests I need to follow up with that said they might be more available in the new year. So
Yeah, I rescheduled with.
Guest in particular that I know I talked to you guys about that I really like to get on, but
go ahead. Just you know where the spreadsheet is for the schedule and all that. So
yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm pretty sure I can get him on, but yeesh.
Who is that?
Ken Nielsen.
All right.
Ken Nielsen. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about him.
Yeah, he's like my scientific, or I think that's about to describe him. Like he pretty much founded the bacteria I worked with for 3 years, quorum sensing. So, like, and he's still active. He's 70 years old, and he's still like active in the field of science. You know, he's head of the Wrigley Institute in USC. So.
Yeah, I kind of like the niche specific episodes we do, like the one we did with Fred on the Cambrian explosion.
Yeah, that was quite popular, that one as well. Strangely enough.
Mm-hmm. I think you were saying your theory was that it's popular. It's popular because it has to do with the whole creation evolution thing.
Yeah. I think when you do shows on that, I've noticed that those are always popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the Kent Hovind show was really popular with folk as well. Even though, like, I thought, like, surely people aren't. We did that for fun, but it seemed to be quite popular with folk. So.
Did you guys ever have Aaron on the show?
No, we were supposed to, weren't we, for the one of the charities?
The very first charity show he agreed to, but then he had to pull out at the last minute. And I think I have had a conversation with Aaron once, and yeah, it's a really nice guy. Yeah, probably could get him on. Yeah,
I can't see.
I think that'd be fantastic.
I can get on in the future.
Yeah, I've
guys I have to talk to.
Yeah, I'm just responding to the chat. Yeah, I have watched the King Crocodile Kent Hovind debates. They were incredible, to say the least. I think, to put it in context, the King Crocodile Kent Hovind debate is on a similar level to the Straight Dope v Brett Keane debate. Yeah, that's internet history. As Coughlin always says, that was the most glorious, that's the best live stream ever. He said that's the kind of the Frost Nixon of the first Nixon interviews of atheism, as he called it. That's the closest way
the Frost Nixon of atheism debates.
Of YouTube atheism, that's how Coughlin describes it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to put up YouTube atheism next to Frost Nixon. That's kind of
it's Coughlin being a bit hyperbolic, but you need to understand who Brett Keane is to kind of fully understand.
Oh yeah, isn't he? He's like the guy who oh, I'm a Christian now, or I'm an atheist. I'm a Christian. I'm an atheist. It goes back and
forth. So much more to Brett Keane than that. Brett Keane, we started describing Brett Keane. We could be here all night documenting it.
The podcast on Brett Keane.
Even by the lowest standards of the internet, this guy is a fucking scumbag of the highest order. And you laugh at that.
Very retro.
You read up on his history, it's just shocking. and it's sure he's still around. He's been perma-banned by YouTube. He's meant to be if he sets up a new account, but somehow he's still around.
Permanently banned
so,
from YouTube?
YouTube perma-ban means anything really these days.
Doc Dropper, false DMCAs, everything. He's also, in real life, convicted wife beater and all this kind of stuff. I mean, he is...
But he was actually convicted.
No, he was in court, wasn't he?
And I remember that God, this was years ago, that it was suspected that he had done that.
No, there is
and
court
I was thinking,
records.
yeah, I could see it.
There are court records, and he'd also, every now and again, claim he has to, oh, I won't be able to make videos if you don't give me all this money. And then people find out the amount of money added up to what was on his Amazon wish list and all of this stuff. Like 1 second he was too poor to do anything, and the next he was showing off all his new computer consoles and all that kind of stuff. He's a liar and a scumbag of the highest order.
I remember looking up like these novels that he wrote and published on Amazon, and I was looking into them, and like the shittiest writing imaginable.
And the other thing about those novels was they had these great reviews on Amazon from something called Serpent's Cradle magazine, which never published an issue but was owned by Brett Keane himself.
Yep, that was right before.
So I'll link you to a video, because there's someone who put together like all these videos of documenting Brett Keane's history. Watch them and then go watch the debate. The debate is just something phenomenal to behold. There's this user Straight Up, and his that was his thing. It was like debunking other YouTube users and exposing them, and he got into, he was hated by a lot of folk for that, but he exposed a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
scamming people. That's kind of important.
Like TJ the Amazing Atheist hates Straight Up with a passion, because Straight Up exposed.
Doesn't he at the moment? Jesus fucking Christ!
The Brett Keane Straight Up debate is just, it's one of those golden moments of the internet. It's kind of.
Yeah, there was that one. There's also, and I don't think it's one of the internet golden moments. There was Thunderfoot versus DP. Well, no, sorry, D-Land and Cole. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, they were debating about Brexit, weren't they?
No.
Not that. Oh God, no. Oh no. That's someone completely different. D-Land and Cole is what you would call.
Oh, right. Okay. There was I remember seeing something about Thunderfoot debating somebody about Brexit.
That was that. God. Sargon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Sargon.
From what I heard, Thunderfoot was anti-Brexit, but the videos he put out about it were really unintelligent.
I'll take your word on that. I didn't. I was like, eh.
I don't know. I remember Cal saying something about how awful Thunderfoot's Brexit videos were.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
So we were saying Thunderfoot put out some anti-Brexit videos, but you said they were really awful.
Yeah. No, I think the debate that Kitch was referring to was. It was about the Ground Zero Mosque and Muslims and all that. He debated D-Land. And that was a 4-hour debate or 3-hour debate that went on for?
5.
Yeah. So yeah, you can check that out if you really want to.
I remember
It went 5 hours.
I remember a long time ago there was a 3-hour debate between Concordance and Thunderfoot, and they were talking about rape culture.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't actually know that actually happened.
It was on the Magic Sandwich Show, and it was 3 hours of mostly just Concordance and Thunderfoot hashing it out.
Yeah. I actually only just found out right now that actually happened, so I might look that up later. God, what else was there? Oh, of course, when I was supposed to debate eye to eye, which I can't remember how that ended. I honest to God cannot remember.
Because I fell asleep just after eye to eye arrived.
I too. That guy is just he just copies Kent Hovind.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Yeah, well, Kitch was meant to debate him one night.
That would have been interesting because
he showed up 4 hours late, wasn't it, or something like that?
Oh God, no! This was at 5 a.m. for me. I scheduled at like midnight. By the way, can I just also point out that the night before, I was out to celebrate the end of my third year exams. So when I woke up, I was sick as a dog.
All right. Oh, see a deconverted man. Sorry, just.
Oh, sorry. So for me, that debate was torture. Even as late as the start, I was eating lots of food, drinking, everything. I kept to be physically right, but I was fine. Like I was fine, just fine. So next thing, we were waiting about 5-6 hours for that guy to show up.
Yeah, and the thing was, people were seeing his channel, and it said he has just logged in, and people were leaving comments on his wall. You're due to debate, and sending him PMs, and he still was 5 hours late after that.
Yeah, but in fairness, it really led into some really great crap. Like Concordance showed up for it, I remember, and we had Nephilim Free taking on Angry Womble.
DPR Jones turned up for a while as well.
Yeah, it was that was class.
Yeah.
Like, so one way it really helped promote what would go on to be 2.
Yeah, I did remember at one point, I thought this was just as I passed out because it was so late, that eye to eye thought phylogenetic trees were actually plants.
What?
It was like you were discussing phylogenetic trees, and yeah, eye to eye thought you were actually talking about a species of tree at that.
That's hilarious. Oh wow!
But I do remember. But before eye to eye turned up, we had Nephilim Free graced us with our presence.
Because that's what every conversation needs. And now, a segment by Nephilim Free.
Yeah, Nephilim turned up, and Womble was in the call, and Nephilim Free kind of started his thing. Womble started replying, and Nephilim Free tried to keep talking over her constantly. And then he eventually...
That's what he did.
He rage quit.
I noticed that's what he does.
I think he was annoyed because Womble, she's a woman as well, and she was actually schooling him because he kept, young lady, please let me talk.
Oh gosh.
Hung up, and then in the Skype chat, he kept going on and on. I won't speak if she's still on. I won't speak if she's still on. And then, because I think I was the moderator, and I just said, fine.
I don't.
Go away then.
Yeah. Mark, didn't I nominate you for the not moderator for that debate?
No, I was moderating the chat room. The Maxman was the moderator. Which demonstrates that eye to eye did not do any research, or else he would never have agreed to the Maxman being a moderator.
You can say what a kind of evil bastard I was.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll get a fair moderator. The Maxman, are you sober at the moment? Kind of. You're good enough to debate.
Yes.
Good enough to moderate. After a couple of cans, yeah.
Yeah, because just after eye to eye joined, I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and I looked at the Skype group, and it said DPR Jones joined, Concordance joined, all these folk had joined the chat room afterwards.
I think I would really enjoy. I think I would really enjoy debating a creationist on the show at some point, even though we're not a debate show.
It can go one of two ways, to be honest. I can't see either way being fun for us.
But that was the good old days of block team.
Or it could be really good. I mean, I want to kill ourselves.
I mean, I think it'd be fantastic. I think it'd be awesome if we got like Ken Ham on the show.
Yeah, but I don't think we would do a skeptic show at all.
Oh God,
probably not.
Oh no.
The science enthusiasts have been trying to get him on the show for months and months.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I think Nephilim Free he still is doing videos, but no, everyone's just moved on from the whole creationism thing, really.
Yeah,
I mean, fairness, Nephilim Free kind of free everybody out.
Yeah, we still do it on occasion because it is still fun now and again, but you don't want to be making it the main focus of skepticism.
No.
For now, at least. I mean, I think it's going to. I'm predicting that it's going to come back in a big way once the educational system starts tanking, and Betsy DeVos starts trying to get creationism in schools again. I think it's probably going to. I think it's probably going to be popular again soon.
Either that,
God help you guys.
Or if another popular atheist book comes out, because I think that in the mid 2000s it was due to Richard Dawkins. He sort of kicked that off, and it's kind of slid away now, and it'll just be another before someone else writes a.
Actually, it was September 11th that actually kickstarted the whole new atheist movement in America.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, it was after the September 11th attacks that a bunch of the new atheist authors said that that's when they started writing. And
they started writing. I'm just saying, like, it really kicked off when Dawkins put out that book, God Delusion.
Yeah, well, that's the one that really got it going. But like Dawkins, Harris, Hitchens, they all started like wanting to put atheist material out there because of September 11th.
Yeah, but see, the one thing about Dawkins' book is, and like we've had quite a lot of scientists on, and they all said the same thing. I was really reluctant to read Dawkins' book because I'd heard all the buzz about it, and I was, oh God, this just sounds terrible. And they said they actually went to read it, and they said it's actually a very moderate, carefully thought out, very gently written book. And they said there's not a lot I could really disagree with it. And there's so many people like that. They say, oh, they'd heard. And it's like people say there's the two Richard Dawkins in existence. There's the one, Nathan, you were probably told about in church. And then you actually, because I met Dawkins, this is nothing like what folk make him out to be.
Well, people just read the title, The God Delusion, and that sounds mean to them, so they assume that the whole book is mean.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, I think the title, The God Delusion, is kind of problematic because delusion actually refers to an actual medical condition.
Yeah.
But other than that, the title is hyperbolic. But the book itself is actually really nicely written and takes a gentle approach.
Yeah.
And I think the title is more due to the publishers than to Dawkins.
Yeah. I think he's kind of hinted at that.
But and also, he put out a documentary, a PBS documentary that he made called "The Root of All Evil."
Yeah, I remember that.
And he said that he had nothing to do with the title, and that he was actually against naming it that.
Yeah, because he said no one thing is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm. So there's the God Delusion and the root of all evil, and those two things people associate Dawkins with being a really mean-spirited atheist.
Yeah, but I keep hearing that lots of people think that of him, and then they go and watch him talk. Because he's actually very moderate and considerate in what he thinks. I say, well, yeah, he has to be. That's been his job for his whole life. Yeah, like I said, that's right, malicious. He's not as aggressive as the public like to believe he is. I mean, if you want aggressive, Christopher Hitchens was outwardly so. He was really acerbic in that. I mean, he really was, but he doesn't seem to get half the flack that Dawkins gets.
No. I don't know what to say. Though, I've read Hitchens' books, and he is up to Dawkins, but I don't think he's as aggressive as people.
Yeah.
In many research of Hitchens, he's written quite a lot. He's a very prolific writer.
Yeah, I always
But
keep to read some of Hitchens.
people that like I was thinking he was when people were saying when I was listening to people talk about Hitchens, I was thinking he was on the keyboard saying "fuck everything."
Yeah.
No, he's not that. Like he's aggressive, but he's not that aggressive.
So I'd like to read some of his other books though, because I think even Nathan, you said like the other books he did where it was more of his journalism work. They're actually meant to be really good.
You still talking about Hitchens or Dawkins?
Oh, Hitchens. Because I know he did a book about Mother Teresa and all that, and apparently
that's a really good book, and he actually interviewed Mother Teresa pretty extensively for that book.
Yeah, I've heard like even just from a journalistic point of view, it's really of a high standard as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would recommend that one, and I would also recommend Letters to a Young Contrarian.
All
I
right.
actually have that book as well. It's really good. Read that on holiday like 10 years ago or thereabouts.
And he has I haven't read it yet, but I heard it's a lot of journalists praise it. He wrote a book about the Henry Kissinger's trial.
All right. Yeah.
That's
Actually,
one I'm interested in reading.
I have a book of Christopher Hitchens. It's a big book. Like I don't know about Yay. Yay
Oh,
big.
it's
a collection of all his different articles and short stories and that sort of thing.
Oh, is that the Quotable Atheist or something? I can't remember.
For life of me, I have it back in Dublin.
It's not just.
Don't know why I did.
Oh, I've got this. The Portable
It's
Atheist.
No, it's not that.
Atheist, yeah.
Oh,
It's a collection of all his articles and writings.
All right.
is it
So it's
is
not
it called
like one-
Arguably?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
arguably. That's it.
I heard that.
I've gotten to maybe a couple of them years ago. I haven't got back to it.
Mhm.
Been meaning to, but I don't know. Like at the moment, and Cal's gonna love this. Maybe I don't know. I've been trying to get into this, which I'm not too sure if it's the writing coming clear in that. I'm not too sure my resolution.
Right.
No.
Oh, sorry, I'm on a different screen there. Hold it up again.
It's
I
coming
can't
in
look at it.
backwards.
Oh, understanding new developments in data acquisition, measurement, and control.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that. SCADA.
Yeah.
Does it mention SCADA systems? Yeah.
I've been trying to go through it. Not yet. I'm only on like the first couple of chapters really. Well, not the first chapter. I finished the first chapter, second chapter. So I'm on like chapter 3. Trying to go through it anyway. It's a textbook on data acquisition and computer systems. I just thought it might be useful. I found it actually in my lab
Mhm.
in DCU because my PI left and he left books there. So set up the university taking them himself. I'll probably bring it back to him anyway when I go to Singapore.
All right.
If I get to go to Singapore.
Gasmax, this is just a random topic.
But feel free to suggest one.
It's not just atheist stuff. Just happy, just wherever the conversation goes.
If you want to, but as I said, suggest a topic and not too stringent.
Be back in a second. I need something to drink. You guys amuse yourselves.
Okie doke. Actually, I will get another one when Cal returns. I'm drinking Dark Side IPA, mainly because it says Dark Side. That's the only reason I bought it. I'm that superficial. That and also it's like €2 a bottle, so not too bad. Though in fairness, I probably could have gone across the border and got like 5 of I don't know whatever for like I don't a lot less. But sure, that's like an hour and a half drive through the mountainside. Not that class. But I will have to do that. Actually, I tell you, I'm meeting up with Miles and Bucky from the League of Nerds.
Yeah, when is that happening?
End of the month.
Oh, okay. And the 3 of you are gonna do a video or something?
I think we're doing a show, but I'm not too sure what it's on. I know we're going to see. God, what's the name of that film? The Room.
Oh,
Just have to see where it goes. I think they've already done something on The Room, so I think we're just going to see it because we hate ourselves. I've never seen The Room, so
you've never seen The Room? Oh, you're in for a treat.
So how many of these should I have? Keep in mind, I'm not driving to Belfast.
It's actually a fun bad movie. It's not like a.
Oh, so it's kind of like Batman Forever or Batman and Robin.
I mean, people love The Room because it's so bad, but it's not like the kind of movie that makes you want to tear your hair out and scream. It's actually it's like so bad it's entertaining, and it just the awfulness of it just fascinates you and pulls you in. And
grand. I remember I was in Dublin this summer. They did a 90s night, and the 90s night was Batman Forever, and it was all neon pink. Like the entire cinema was decked out in like beanbag chairs. Oh my god, I really wish they do it again. Mainly because I get this drink, this weird Riddler cocktail in a beanbag chair covered in what do you call those? It was like a long scarf, but it was frills. I can't remember what it's called. Wearing an Indiana Jones cap for some reason. Great summer, but it was class.
Speaking of recommended books, this is one I highly recommend.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that book.
Yeah, really nice little kind of introduction into argument. I found it quite handy. And also, the guy's pod. I've tried to get him on the show so many times, but he's never replied to me. I'd really like to have Warburton on because he's got a great podcast as well. I don't know if you've listened to it.
Nope.
Look up Philosophy Bites. It's really good. Just like short 5-minute bits of philosophy, and some of them are longer, but it's a really good. He's a really cool guy, Warburton.
I've been getting into the. Speaking of short philosophy podcasts, I've been listening to A History of Ideas, BBC. They've got like 12, 13-minute episodes. They're not active anymore, but they've got a long archive.
And of course, for philosophy stuff as well, we've had him on our show is Philosophy Tube.
All right.
He's awesome. He's a really cool guy.
Do you know who should get back, though, is Kevin Folta.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys said you had like a failed episode that you lost with him?
Episode with that. Nothing worked out. That was just after I'd first come back here to start college, and we didn't have a proper internet connection in this house, and we couldn't get it to work.
I've been sending him a friend request on Facebook like every year for the past three years.
Probably gets to them.
Yeah, and he never accepts. So.
But yeah, like I said, that's just the other books I've got over there are just it wouldn't be very interesting for the audience. Some of them. So I do have Paradise Lost in there. So Paradise Lost.
Bunch of engineering books.
Oh yeah, like I say, this is. Here's one. This probably only Marty's the only person who'll get excited over this one. So there we go.
Engineering mathematics.
Yeah, it's a nice. Look at all that good stuff in there, Marty. Marty's probably is getting excited seeing that. See, there you go.
Probably winking off right now.
Yeah, see.
Well, if I didn't say something, we were all thinking it.
Oh. And I've still got my old Bible over there. My old King James Bible from Sunday school.
I've got a King James Bible, 1611 edition.
So were you King James only when you were in church?
No. We were into the whole King James only thing, but it was just like the preferred translation. But like my family had like a bunch of different versions in the family library.
Well, when I grew up, the church I used to go to was King James only, but I've now, like when I've gone to funerals and weddings since I've come back, NSV is in there quite a bit, which is quite. So
I think scholars, like biblical scholars, actually prefer the Revised Standard Version as like the most scholarly, the most credible scholarly speaking.
There is one version which I would like to buy, and it's the one Matt Dillon. It's got loads of annotations on the side. Which one's that? Is that the one we're talking about?
Skeptic's Annotated Bible?
No, not the Skeptics. It's a scholarly one.
It's the Interpreter's Bible.
Yeah, that's the one. I think Matt recommends that quite a lot.
Yeah, I think Oxford University puts that out.
Yeah, I've seen it in some of the bookshops here. Started to read it, and the annotations quite interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also I didn't get the chance when I was in Dubai. I really wanted to buy like if there was an annotated Quran anywhere, but yeah, I never got one of them.
See, I've got the Bible, I've got the Quran, I've got the Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu scriptures.
Oh, I got one of them in an airport years ago. But I lost it in a move. So
I've also got Book of Mormon, the Jehovah's Witness translation, and I've also got.
You have Dianetics.
Oh yeah, I've got Dianetics, and I've got the Satanic Bible. I can't remember what other religions I have in my book collection.
Yeah. I've tried reading the Quran. It's really difficult to read.
It's just way too repetitive. I need to listen. I don't know if listening to the audiobook would make it easier or not.
I'm sure there's probably a good podcast of. There was, if you remember, did you ever see the Gin and Tonic show, Nathan?
Right.
I don't think so.
There was one of the hosts on that, a guy called Stop Spamming, and he did start a video series of going through the Quran and, kind of, just like sort of a breakdown of the verses of the Quran, but sadly his channel got taken down. So.
Mm-hmm.
We never fought it back, or never got it back?
No, I don't think he's bothered, because that's like a third or fourth one he went through, and he just got fed up of it. He just... Because the Gin and Tonic, their YouTube channel's been taken down a few times as well, and I think they just gave up as well.
Yeah, that's one of the sucky things about this platform, YouTube, is that they piss somebody off,
But one good guy who, when he used to be on YouTube, it was good to ask about questions about the Quran, was Klingshaw. Really, really good. A non-believer, but he did a degree in Islamic studies, and he could really tell you anything you want to know. And Rationalizer was good as well for that.
I remember seeing Rationalizer stuff a while back.
Oh, he was great when we had him on the show. He's a really nice guy. Because he was the one that did that. There was an infamous video years ago where they got all these scientists and they appeared to be agreeing with the scientific miracles in the Quran. Mm-hmm. And he tracked them down and kind of got their version of events, which was very different to what ended up in the video.
Yep, that's good journalism right there.
Because he actually said that there's one of those scientists, and he said he still gets emails from Muslims, and he's now just got a copy and paste he sends back. And he gets it so often he can't be bothered to respond in person to them all. And then you've got that, and there's the whole thing over Keith Moore as well. That gets brought up all the time.
About what?
Oh, yeah. The developmental biology thing.
No, the anatomist.
All right.
Anatomy he did. It was anatomy he studied, and he was one he meant just, I can't remember, but all Muslim apologists go to this guy, but the thing is, Keith Moore, he won't talk about it anymore, which is kind of quite weird, I find. Like, he won't say, no, I disagree, or yes, he just says, I don't want to talk about that.
Remember when
we debated a guy in the
World Atheist? Sorry?
Remember we had a guy in the comments section who kept going, Keith Moore's a great scientist, and well, anatomy is a proper it's a real science because it's actually hands-on, unlike theoretical sciences. So hence Keith Moore's kind of more reputable. And Keith Moore wrote a textbook as well. He was just trying to appeal to British authority.
I was like, yeah, but what about everybody else?
You know what
It's
I find
like,
hilarious?
Because remember, he went and then he asked you, could, yeah, so what science have you done? And then you kind of listed your PhD and all that. And he says, I'm not impressed by that. And you're like, all right, so what are you?
It's like,
yeah,
I'm not impressed with that. I don't care.
You asked.
I can't remember his name for some reason. There was a creationist that was he didn't start on YouTube, but his videos were uploaded to YouTube. This is a guy who in a white lab coat who
Oh my god!
John Morris.
John.
Yeah, John Pendleton. He there was he went on Carl Bau's creationist show, and he was like, "Well, I'm actually." I am a scientist, actually, if you think about it, because I'm a car mechanic, and that's applied science.
What was some of Pendleton's? He had a really famous one. I can't remember. I can't remember some of his claims.
Yeah, because being a car mechanic means you can be a biologist. Just like I can be a nuclear physicist.
Well, he was on Carl Bau's creationist show talking about how he moved to South America because he wanted to catch pterodactyls in the forest.
Yeah,
and put them in captivity.
Yeah, he also believes that UFOs come from Satan, doesn't he?
Yep. Kitchen looks like he's having...
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Marty pointed out. He said Loch Ness in Scotland, England.
Oh god, that's gotta hurt for you.
Yes, it does. Even Pottoler pointed that out. That yeah, you've pissed off a lot of people there. That is one guy I wish we could get on the show, and we've asked him, but he's politely said no because he just said Pottoler. We asked him, but he said if I say
one, he's got to do them all, which is fair enough.
That's what he kind of said. I feel like if I say yes to one, then I'll just get inundated, and I feel compelled to do them all. I said I just don't have the time. So, but he was really nice to us.
Yeah. I won't mind trying again, just to be a bit, just a chance of arm.
Yeah.
Because you never do if you don't ask.
Yeah.
Did his debate with Steven Crowder ever happen?
No, Steven Crowder didn't. He pulled out at the 11th hour.
That sounds typical of him.
Because of course he did.
I think Steven Crowder wanted to debate all of climate change, and Pottoler said, "No, let's debate this kind of specific subject that you talked about on your show." Because that's what Pottoler says. You've got to keep the debate specific, or else it just turns into, a cluster. Well, he didn't use the word clusterfuck, but
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of standard. You can't just go in and say, let's debate the field of evolution. Well, what particular branch you want to go down? Or let's debate, I don't know, infectious disease. What about it? You got to have a specific argument or a specific thing you want to focus on. And climate change isn't just this one thing.
He did do a kind of hangout afterwards, and what he said was, because someone asked him, so what are the papers that prove climate change? And he said, it's not that simple. It's just such a vast variety of them, and when you kind of do a meta-analysis, then it all points to it. And he said it's the same with evolution or any other of these big fields. It's not just it's not just one single paper that proves it.
Yeah, he told Crowder and over again in his videos that I'm letting you choose the topic. Like, choose something specific.
Which is, more than fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's playing right into Crowder's hands. Crowder can choose anything that he feels he's strong on, and he didn't. And I'd be understand if he had to cancel because of a family emergency or something like that. But what was the excuse he gave?
Oh, by the way, Gas Mask, if you are talking about Zeitgeist, I'd advise you look up Nathan's blog post on it. Nathan's had some things to say about that movie. Nathan's done a quite extensive analysis of that.
Anything else coming in from chat? Because I'm afraid to look, because if I do, my internet connection will go to crap.
Oh,
Because
they're having there's quite a spirited discussion there. I think,
no, it doesn't mean. Because if I look, I'm afraid that it will turn into this infinite loop thing that will cause my computer to crash again.
All right.
Well, not crash, my internet connection to just go to shit. Because that's what I think. That's what caused the last kind of dropout, and it's not due to the fact I'm in Donegal, away from the sticks.
Oh, you want to see us do a live? Yeah, we might do a live ponage at some time. It'd be good to do that again. We'd have to get.
It's what we used to do those.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Admiral Casey came up with those.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Real Everyday. Sorry, I've missed your. Sorry, we've ignored your. He's asking you, Kitch, if you're going to ever continue that series you did about the chiropractor.
All right, the germ theory guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Is that the germ?
I will go back to making videos. It's just that also around that time I started writing the proposal for my Marie Curie project, and that took up a lot of time. And now at the moment I'm writing up a paper on mastitis, and probably will end up writing another paper. So I will get to it. It's just one of these things. I'm in the middle of writing papers, which is kind of my job. I do want to go back to making videos. I honest to God really do, because I really enjoy the crack and the banter in the comment section.
Yeah, you still have my face palm clip that I sent you for your video that you requested.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Was that the guy that actually denied that germs exist?
I think.
Oh God.
He denied that there was viruses actually ever existed.
Yeah, I think Micro did a video about him.
No, Michael did do a video about him as well. I think did it around the same time I did. It was before, maybe a couple of weeks before. No, that the guy who says viruses didn't exist was the one Cal sent to me. Thank you, by the way. And I kind of mean to do a video about that. And I really want to do the germ theories, the nihilism one, because that's where I feel I'm the strongest. It's not the debate in microbiology and going on to about that sort of stuff. It's just one of these things I have on time, because I've only got like 24 hours in a day. So I really want to go back to it, but I've also looked at his videos and there's not really much there that I just can really get my teeth into. Like that particular video was really good.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's why obviously I did it. But apart from that, really not.
No, just someone's another question. Someone's asking about Zilla. Yeah, Zilla lost his home and his job. He also he's got a problem with his hand. I think you've probably seen that he's just had his hand fixed. And yeah, well, he's also kind of given up fags and booze, and that he's trying to get into shape as well. So he says hopefully sometime in the future he should be back on the show.
I can't wait for that to happen.
Pumpkin is around, and he said if we ever need him, he'll happily come on to do some shows with us. So yeah,
bring him on.
I don't know if any of the fans are because all our fans seem to hate Pumpkin. So.
I love him. He's fucking class.
Yeah, we're just
gas man.
Yeah, he's about Pumpkin. He's I don't know what he's up to. It was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he turned up at the Hangout, and I was speaking to him after in the long chat about real life stuff, what he's been up to and that. So he just said he's just tired of interacting on YouTube, but he said he would be happy to join in the show now and again. When I told him how we do the shows, he said I'd be okay doing that. It's just the whole live thing. I just don't think he said I'm okay doing it in wee fits and bursts, but not to the extent he used to. Yeah. But see, the live ponages, it was the intelligent design ones. the intelligent design crowd were really pissed off with us for those. They are really sensitive.
Oh, let's do more of those.
Because I think we went through all of it's Illustra Media, they're called, that made intelligent design documentaries.
Let's do another one.
The intelligent design proponents are really sensitive. They really are. They were always commenting, this isn't a proper educated rebuttal. It's not meant to be. The live phonages are just a laugh. We explicitly say that every time, and still people complain.
It's supposed to be about pure raw reaction. That's where the live phonages really come into it. That's why they're live, and not just phonages.
Because we always get that complaint off them, and you just don't know what you're talking. You do blah blah blah. No, we didn't go through the principle. We might now you mention that, I'm going to put that on the list to do a review show of the principle and get Cool Hard Logic on as a guest for that.
Oh, that'll be class. That'll be A1.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that because we've got a few good reviews coming up. So we've got reviewing Europa report with one of the guys from Awesome Astronomy.
I'm so glad that I can't actually make this one, because that was supposed to be last Sunday.
Yeah. All right, so they had a thing come up at the end. But yeah, I was so looking forward to that because it's actually a really good film, really good one to talk. Are you the guy in the UK or Scotland? Scotland is in the UK. Sorry, I have to point that out. That's like saying, are you the guy in Milwaukee or the USA? I'm in Scotland. Kipch is in Ireland. And Nathan's in the colonies.
Former colonies.
It sounds classier when you call it the colonies.
There's so many other things I could have called it there.
It's more classy than Murica, that's for sure.
America, fuck yeah.
No, I've got a few movies I really want to review on the show because quite enjoy doing the movie reviews.
Mm-hmm. We're actually almost just a movie review podcast at this point.
It's kind of, I think it's just because we went on a long series of reviews and now we're getting a few guests lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be class. If you can get, like, I don't know, just in terms of movie reviews, God, what movie I want to go after?
What was the one that we had a request for? I know I've got it bookmarked somewhere, but something about America and fascism.
It was that one about taxes on the government and that.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
What's that one recently? God, it's a food one.
Oh,
it's on Netflix.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. What the health?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I really want to do that one.
We actually got a request to do that one too.
Yeah, I think that should be one we should do.
Yeah. Just to answer the chat there, is there going to be another... I think there will be another Scottish independence referendum, but I don't know when. I don't think it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be later. Because last election...
I think.
Yeah, last election, just before the last election, I think the SNP called it, decided to say we're going for another referendum way too soon, and it hurt them in the elections. I think they should just leave it be for a little while till essentially we know what Brexit's going to be. If you're going to have that,
if they're going to do another Brexit, if they're actually going to follow through with it, I'd say they're going to call another rereferendum and say, "Listen, are you sure, lads? Are you sure? Come on, lads."
Yes.
You're in the workplace when
my own thing was that I think if in the first referendum, if it had been over 60% to the no side, that would have killed it off. But because it was 45-55, that's left a kind of hanging open, the question. It wasn't kind of the complete decisive one. I think so. So until it swings decisively one way or the other, then then it's always going to be.
Things are going at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if the people are like that. People just went, fuck it, let's just leave it.
Yeah,
Because
we don't know. I don't know.
nobody knows what's gonna. They didn't have a clear plan about going into Brexit.
Oh, so David Icke has a new book.
Yeah.
Everything
Delightful.
everything you need to know but have never been told. That sounds almost as modest as his book called The Biggest Secret.
Yep.
That sounds like an innuendo right there. Calling it, by the way. Also, Cal, what are you drinking, by the way?
I'm just drinking Iron Brew.
All right.
I can't drink alcohol at the moment, but I was going to say, what was I going to? Blah blah blah. No, that Alex Jones the other day. Apparently, he believes Hitler is still alive.
Well, of course he does.
Because of course he does.
Hitler's at the sprightly age of 128 years old now, if he is alive.
What doesn't Alex Jones believe?
I know.
Is there anything he doesn't believe?
I have no idea. I've lost track of all the things.
I, honest to God, can't think of anything smart arse to reply with.
He's like spirit science on crack because he believes everything.
Is Alex Jones in the Oval Office? No, he's not in the Oval. He claims that he can't.
Well, he does have access in an advisory capacity to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump calls him up every once in a while.
Oh, God, help us all.
But again, we don't know in what capacity those calls are.
Does it really matter? Any capacity is fucking too much. That's like calling up the local drunk and going, "Listen, lad, what do I need to do?" And the guy goes, "So you're saying I should leave North Korea?" I was calling you up by talking about the health situation, but you know what? I'll go with that. You know, maybe that'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll just kill off half the population. Bye. God help us. That's not far off what we offer.
One thing I haven't done is I haven't looked at national news in a long time.
Look at you. That's a lie. You shared national news stories in our group recently, or was that you? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a Monsanto one.
Is there any actual news?
All right.
Anymore? Anywhere?
Is there ever? Oh, I thought you talked about specifically about natural news.
No, I said actual news. Is there any actual news left anywhere? Or that's what I thought you said.
No.
Oh, you said natural news.
Natural news, yeah. Naturally.
No, that's the usual stuff there.
Get your news GMO free. Read natural news.
I don't know why I laughed at that. It's kind of cute. I'll give them that. That's actually kind of cute. That's all I give them.
Some of their articles that don't even make sense. Kind of holistic thinking is more valuable than IQ intelligence. That's not even coherent, that sentence.
Nope. No.
Not even wrong.
Especially when you intelligence. You say holistic thinking is more valuable than intelligence quotients intelligence. It's just.
That's one of those. That's one of those not even wrong statements.
Yeah.
In fairness, this is a website that once promoted homeopathic Ebola, so that's pretty high bar at the top there.
And that's not even the worst of it. The rabbit hole goes really deep on natural news.
I couldn't think it could go any worse than homeopathic Ebola.
I don't know.
Not only doesn't it work, it would also be more than likely you'll get Ebola.
Yeah, but as soon as it's like a quantum effect or something. As soon as you say this is the worst thing on natural news, then just by saying that something else, something else spontaneously emerges that's worse.
I'm trying to.
You think that's worse? Hold my beer.
Yeah. It's like they're like living a challenge over there. Like, what can we come up with that'll just
Challenge accepted.
Oh, crikey. I think Mike Adams has gone full spirit science with us.
I mean, he hasn't already.
Yeah, this is a direct quote. There are layers of holistic thinking. I think an intelligent person is someone who can sort of zoom into the small, the microscopic, the holistic level of understanding. Let's say
wait a minute.
Cells or particle physics, for that matter, quantum phenomena.
So he obviously doesn't understand what the word holistic means.
Yeah,
Or
because
many words.
he's talking about zooming in to fine detail. That's like the opposite of holistic.
I'll paste that into the chat for everyone to read.
I'm nowhere near had enough of these to deal with that. Also, I'm drinking what is called white with stable bake. Pay it out.
It's quite true what Coughlin said, like the conspiracy theory community, they don't quite know what to do at the moment because their man won the election. They were all heavily backed Trump, and like,
how can they claim anything is a false flag? If it's a false flag, that means Trump's behind it.
Yeah. I think the conspiracy theory conversation will start to turn more towards like painting Trump as like a martyr or somebody who's persecuted.
Well,
it's just I think the conspiracy will now become, the liberals are working behind the scenes to tear Trump down or something like that.
Because of course they will.
But I think they're on about this thing now, the deep state, whatever. I've heard that. I don't know. They can't actually explain what it means, but I think that's that's their new bogeyman, the deep state.
The deep state.
Yeah, I don't know what it. I think it
sounds like a sex position.
You've kind of got the government, and then there's the government behind the government, sort of thing.
That sounds like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that and George Soros. I've no idea what George Soros is and why he's meant to be so evil.
Probably end up being George Soros is that one guy in the party that just, everybody does not like for no reason whatsoever.
I don't know. I've heard them rant about George Soros so much, and I'm still. Who the hell is he? Why are you so obsessed with this guy?
If someone actually do get to meet George Soros, I'll be like, "Hey, so you're George Soros? Why are you such a bastard?"
And he probably isn't.
He'd probably be the guy that'll buy a beer at the party for no reason. It's like, "Hey, your drink is empty. Let me buy you a beer. Thank you, George Soros."
Yeah. Yeah. Was it? And it's kind of like the whole Bilderberg group thing. I think Coughlin said. I think all they do at the Bilderberg group meetings is just sit at the windows and point at all the nutters outside watching them. They're just basically trolling them all the time. Ooh, silence.
Ah, God, that's something I would not actually expect to hear with a conversation with myself in it at the moment. Words. I cannot be quiet. But yeah, no, I'm only at 7 weeks here. 1 week in Belfast, so technically 6 weeks. So that's gonna be class. In Belfast for a personal medicine conference, personalized medicine conference. So just need to book into a hotel.
There's a movie I'd like to review on the show. Is 2010.
2010?
Yeah, 2010.
All right, is that the one with the? No, that's 2001. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because I am one of these outliers that actually prefers it to the original.
Oh wow, that's never heard that. Never heard.
There's a lot. You actually come across a lot. There's a lot of fans who just dismiss it, and then there's some who say it's actually not too bad. It's just they did it in a totally different style to 2001, which is all they could do because it's such a unique kind of film. 2001.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
Speaking of that, do Do you know
Yeah,
what we
it's
should
very
do?
like Stanley Kubrick's so distinct in his style. It's very difficult to film a follow-up to any of his movies because you can't
Yeah.
really copy it. But they just did something different. A lot of people shit on it, but I really enjoy it. It's a really good movie, I think.
Well, in that vein, you know what we should do? 2012.
Oh God.
Oh,
I can't.
the disaster movie.
We can't beat. There's no way we can beat Darrell O'Brien's takedown of it.
What was that? Just that it's
I
bullet.
never seen Darrell. No, Darrell O'Brien actually does. It's a fantastic stand-up routine. What's the name of the guy who played the main guy in 2012? Just I can't remember the guy. Something John Cusack or not John Cusack.
Yeah, it was John Cusack, I think.
It's just John Cusack running away for lava for 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got into a car, the lava sped up.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try. You know, I'm not going to try because I would ruin the experience. Just look it up on YouTube. Darrell O'Brien on 2012. It's just fantastic. In fact, that was around the same time the blasphemy law was updated in Ireland. And Darrell O'Brien did a tour in Ireland, and just in Ireland only. For during that bit, he did the 2012 thing, but he was in doing maracas. Completely, just you'll understand when you see the thing. But above him, it just said, "There is no God, so sue me." And here he is shaking the maracas. So yeah, just check it out. I can't find for the life of me that particular one in Dublin.
Yeah.
Where there's no God, but so sue me. A friend of mine was at that particular gig, but the one he did in London was quite similar. But there was no God, so sue me. But it's just a fantastic, it's like 5 minutes. He was talking about it, and he actually got one of the. Do you know the Indian guy at the start of it?
No.
Remember when he brought the scientist in to talk about, how the electrons have mutated?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually got him to go in his routine for that show.
Yeah. Oh,
so he actually got one of the actors to come in and start doing the maracas. The electrons have mutated.
Oh, crikey. Yeah.
The Latinos have mutated. And they're heating up the planet. Or what's that another one? The electrons are angry.
I can't remember that at all.
And I just remember from a Kaufman thing.
Just seen it. No, I'm seeing in my newsfeed. There's a few people sharing our latest show.
Oh, that's class.
Yep.
At least it's going well.
For some.
No.
So it's provoked a reaction. So it's the most important thing. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, all these gym sessions are taking their toll at times.
Well, they're working though. Fair fucks to you, man.
Yeah, they are.
In a non-subtle pose. Oh, they are. Just pumping the guns.
Yeah, I say, Sharon, is there any other movies you'd like us to review?
Any movies at all?
Yeah, we've got
I've already said 2012, so I have lost my vote.
I mean, I think like.
Can we do an anti-vax one?
Are there any other anti-vax movies?
I'm sure there are.
Probably.
Can we do Vaxxed?
Yeah.
Malicious. If you look back, we did House of Numbers, and we had Miles and James on for that one.
That was an awful
Yeah.
movie.
But the really disappointing thing was we thought that would be Buck and Pumpkin meeting up for the first time, but it didn't come off. Buck couldn't make it that night. Everyone was gutted.
Yeah.
Red pill.
We will get that to happen, though. Don't you worry. It will happen.
Oh, red pill. Is that something we want to touch?
I've heard about it. I want to. I'll have a look at it and see what it is.
What's red pill?
It's the anti-feminist
Right,
pro MRA movie made by a woman.
Yeah, that sounds delightful.
Yep.
I can't imagine anything happening, that would sour our experience.
I'm just looking up anti-vax documentaries.
How about HIV denialist or whatever the.
That's the House of Numbers.
Yeah,
that's what House of Numbers is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's any more.
Don't think so. There's a load of anti-Monsanto ones we could look at.
Oh, but what was the one that you've been wanting to do? The World According to Monsanto or something like that?
Yes, it's basically you get to see like a woman staring at a computer screen a lot.
Because she's doing research.
Yeah, and there was also the other one, Seed, that's
Seed, yeah.
Yeah, Vanda. No, well, there is World According to Monsanto. Seed is Vanda Shiva. Is that her name?
Vanda Shiva, yeah.
But Vandana Shiva's in everything, every anti-GMO documentary you can think of.
Well,
as James said, she's the Nicolas Cage of anti-GMO documentaries.
Exactly.
And that one is kind of interesting because the first half hour, it's really, sort of folksy, traditional, added seeds, wonderful and all that. And then the next half hour is when they introduce the Monsanto and Indian farmer suicides and all that.
Do you know what I think we should do? I know that film I did with the League of Nerds. That for the life of me, I can't remember at the moment. God, it's not coming to me. But it was kind of like it's supposed to be a drama documentary.
Oh, are you talking about What the Bleep?
No, it's about GMO.
Oh, Consumed.
That was it. I think that's one we should do as well because if I have to watch it, you have to watch it.
I've seen it like twice.
It's a lot of people. I think you've watched it, haven't you, Nathan? Consumed.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
That's the one where it's meant to be this poor mother and all that, but in bed it plays like this poor mother's losing her fucking mind. That's what it looks like.
As several people have pointed out, if you look at the movie as just a story of a woman who's spiraling into madness, then it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, malicious bloke, no fucking way in hell am I going to watch a David Sorini movie.
Oh, yeah.
You could give us $1 million in Patreon right now and I still wouldn't do that.
Well, I would, but...
well, maybe.
Hashtag no fucking way.
$1 million is $1 million.
Yeah. But still, you've got to sit through David Sorini. I just couldn't.
Hey, that $1 million will pay for therapy pretty well.
Are we advocates for vaccines and GMO? Well, we support the science behind them. That's the science behind vaccines is very sound and it's pretty much undisputable. GMOs are a handy tool. They're a very useful tool. GMOs, to me, are just a more precise method than selective breeding. It's
very useful for increasing yield size, increasing longevity, and for fighting world hunger.
Yep, and the main people that are involved with GMOs, the farmers, are very supportive of it. And I don't see any health risks. It's kind of funny to me because a lot of the objections to GMOs are not on the basis of health. It's the basis of the economics and business practices, which are separate to the science.
Well, There's a very simple reason why GMOs have literally never been associated with any disease or illness whatsoever, and it's because GMO is a process. It's not like an ingredient that you like scoop up and put into your food. It's a targeting or it's a adding or eliminating genes to food products to increase a certain trait that we find desirable or healthy.
So Andy, so
talking about GMOs now.
Yeah, someone saying the problem with GMOs is the patent and royalty situation. Charging well, that's been going on for years.
Yeah, farmers have been patenting their seeds for over 100 years now. So there's nothing new about that.
GMOs,
an interesting conversation, but at the end of the day, you're not.
And it needs to be pointed out that GMOs do not shape the human genome in any way.
No, they don't. I don't know how they would.
Yeah, eating a genetically modified food is not going to genetically modify you.
I know the exact movie you're thinking of.
The movie where the guy thought that if he ate fish, GMO fish, that he would grow fins or something.
No, it was the one with was it GMO OMG?
Could be.
Oh god, I know the exact clip. I just can't remember the movie it goes to. But yeah, no.
And also, it should be pointed out that scientists don't actually use the term GMO.
So I think what Brother Nate is saying is actually a manipulation of the human genome directly.
Okay.
All right.
I misunderstood then. So moving on from genetically modifying food to genetically modifying humans.
Sorry, it's just sorry, the way the chat was going, that's what it seemed like you were saying, brother. Sorry. It is. It's. I don't know.
We've kind of.
Happen in,
I think we've touched a little bit on that when we reviewed the Gattaca movie.
Yeah.
And we brought. I think we brought up CRISPR and stuff like that in that show briefly.
Yeah.
I think CRISPR is a really good technology, but it's just got to be used carefully, and not like put into. Yeah, it's really awesome, but that we just have to like use it responsibly, like with any science.
It's really cool, but I think humans are a little bit far away, just in terms of legislationally. It'd be quite tough to do.
A good book on this kind of subject area is Craig Venter's book, Life at the Speed of Light. That's
I really want to get my hands on that one.
Yeah, that's his idea is incredible. That guy just it's unreal the stuff he thinks up and what he wants to do it.
That's what I kind of feel like when I was even in Singapore. Just some of the ideas that are coming out, they're kind of a bit, I don't know, like they're kind of going on and on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that actually didn't sound.
Yeah, I'd say this is it's
a bit out there. Like some ideas in academia, they're a bit out there, but that's what academia is about. It's not about the short term; it's about the long term.
You've earned the right to be a little crazy once you've gotten tenure, is what I hear a lot.
But yeah, the whole genetically modified people. I mean, I don't know how far you could go with the genetic modifications. I don't think you're going to get like anything near X-Men anyway. But
I actually am excited about transhumanism. It's something I'm really into. Augmenting with machine technology.
Yeah.
That's something I'm like
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Cool.
It won't be anything quite that dramatic anytime soon, but
Won't be like the movie, will it?
The concept or the idea is there, and it is being worked on and talked about seriously, and kind of plugging into AI and plugging into the cloud, and altering or modifying our bodies to adapt to the changing landscape. It's like with the Internet of Things, where the surrounding environment becomes. Cal, you're familiar with the Internet of Things concept, where like the environment becomes sentient, or the environment becomes plugged into this kind of super intelligence, and so they got like the whole landscape, the trees, the grass, everything is kind of plugged in, and I think human beings is probably where that process will start.
Just to say, Marty, think of the modified people in DS9. Well, if we get a whole race of clones, Jeffrey Combs, I'm fine with that. Because Jeff Combs is awesome. I mean, Marty, you can agree if we clone the whole race of Jeffrey Combs clones.
In fairness, if we can...
Who doesn't like Jeffrey Combs?
For me, a life well spent would be to reduce reduce climate change, ensure that our water supply is clean, and having a sustainable food chain for the growing population, then that'd be class for me.
Yep.
But then again, I'm a dirty biologist.
I mean, and I just want clean forms of transportation, hence the area I'm working in.
Then again, I'd also like to get Ireland's fucking water supply up to date.
Yeah.
Instead of finding out, like quite recently, where Mead was, their water pipes were built out of asbestos.
Right. That's one thing I remember on the last show with astronaut Abby. The two of you so kind of all were just nattering between yourselves for a good chunk of that show once you got onto astrobio. I remember that.
No, for me, astrobiology is kind of cool as well. Again, from like Ken Nielsen crush. Reduction, and in space there's no oxygen, so what else can, because life is nothing. I love this quote, and if you ever have any questions about biology, life is nothing more than an electron looking for a place to land.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, that electron is oxygen. For a lot of bacteria, it could be oxygen, it could be nitrate, it could be metal like iron. So for astrobiology, that's the one main thing we need to do. Or that's the one thing that they need to do, is find a place for that electron to land. It can't be oxygen. Well, maybe it can be if it's an oxygen-rich planet.
Oh,
fantastic. I don't
know.
So for us, it may be iron 2. It would be iron 2, right? Iron 2, iron 3 would be iron 2. I forgot chemistry there for a moment, but yeah. So that's one of the main things you need to look for. So actually, I was listening to a lecture quite recently about that, and he was saying that in order to define life, a good indicator to find life. It won't be exactly trying to find life itself, like a Connolly on a plate, but be more to find a gradient. So a gradient of an electron acceptor or an electron donor, because that indicates a reaction, and that would be one of the great places to look. Now, I can't remember everything from the lecture, so I can't exactly go too into depth, mainly because at the moment I'm studying prostate cancer. And
well, I've got to take off, but this has been really awesome, really cool.
All right,
cool.
Just before you leave, Nathan, I've just seen there's a headline in a newspaper here in Scotland that Jesus assaults Jedi Knight.
Jesus assaults Jedi Knight?
Yeah, apparently it was a Halloween party in a city here, and the guy dressed as Jesus battered out.
Oh,
And the guy dressed as, it's just the headline's fantastic. Jesus is
yeah. They probably had a lot of fun with that one.
I just think nearly every journalist was going, "Oh yes, well we've got the headline material here."
Yeah, but then you think the journalists very rarely write the headline. Usually, the editor writes it.
Is it? All right.
Yeah. So the
editor, they've been fighting over who got credit for the headline there, though.
Yeah, the editors get to have all the fun with naming the articles.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you later, Nathan.
Yeah, see ya.
Do we have a show tomorrow?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, we don't?
I don't think so, do we?
I thought we had Nathalia tomorrow.
No, she hasn't confirmed yet. It's not 100%.
Oh.
I'm still, I pinged that date for her and just waiting her to, she is going to do it. We're just trying to get the date. I just put that down. That was a placeholder that.
Okay, because I thought you said was it last week that she had nailed it down, but I guess not.
When's the next show?
The 12th. It's Cabin's on.
Yeah, Coven.
How do you
Coven. Coven's and Apathy.
Yeah, that's it.
And we've got.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we've got Marissa McCool to review bad Christian movies or talk about tropes in bad Christian movies, and then we've got Baba Brinkman finally coming back.
Yep.
The non-believer, one of the ones I hate the most, the non-believer asshole.
And then also I have finally confirmed with Matthew Fossiani and got him rescheduled.
All right. Yeah, I did try and record something with Baba, but I was just, the work kept sending me out of Edinburgh. I barely got to see anything in Edinburgh this year at the festival. So it's just, I remember I met him and I said, "Oh, can we record something?" He said, yeah, we'll do that. And I'll have to apologize because just I was on the wind farms all the time outside the city.
Yeah, so we're good for the 19th for him.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I'll get Natalia definitely confirmed at some point.
Okay.
I think she's really busy, but she does. And I've got Ken Carter to confirm and Callum Chase to confirm as well.
Who's Ken Carter?
He's the guy who's doing the book on thrill seeking, the psychologist.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah, he just said he's busy with a semester, so he said towards December should be cool for him.
Okay, cool. We'll see you guys later.
All right, cheers.
See you later.
Yep, and guys in the chat, yeah, I'm big up on figuring out space travel ways because it's what I'm doing in my current project. So,
Grant, just hold on a sec. Oh wait, wrong plug. I came up big lights. Your PC is low. I was like, but I have it plugged in. Nope, I haven't got the switch plugged or flipped. Grant.
Oh, well, then there were two. Oh, Marty's away now. Is Marty going?
Right, he's gone?
Yeah, I think he's leaving now. Oh, dear. We hardly knew ye, Marty. Don't know that. This has actually been a really good hangout, been a proper discussion, not just
banter.
We haven't resorted to soundboards once.
Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Yeah, we used to do live streams. It just always seemed to degenerate all the time, but it now seems we can actually hold proper conversations.
That sounds like one. For once. Can you believe I've been growing this for only a week?
No, I actually can't. I'd be quite envious if I could manage that.
I just said, fuck it, I'll go with it. Because I was supposed to start on Tuesday or Wednesday, sorry.
I absolutely, it's one thing I wish I could do is grow a beard, but it's impossible.
One of my friends is the same, but he just started and he just persevered through it.
No, don't encourage him, gas mask. You don't want to hear us starting on soundboards. That just, it's not a good place to go.
No.
See, I think it's because like I can't grow proper facial hair. That's a lot of people say I've got a very young-looking face, and because I still do get ID'd for buying booze, which is
Really?
annoying. Yes.
Jeez.
I'm nearly 40 years old, and I'm still getting ID'd when I go to the pubs. It's unreal.
That first world problems.
Yeah, I know. But I'll tell you a very
20
interesting
years
one.
time, you'd be fucking dying to be ID'd.
I'll tell you this one, Kitch. Remember last year the Euros was on?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was one night, I think it was Saturday night. I think it was Italy v Germany was the game. And I was just sitting here and I was thinking, you know what, I'll get a pack of Magners, get a nice cold Magnet. I don't have any in. And I just went and asked my mum, do you need anything up at the shop? And she said, oh yeah, I need a few things. I'll go up with you. Right, great. So I went to the shop, I got my Magnet. She was behind me in the queue, put it down. And the lady goes, do you have any ID on you? And I said, no, I don't. Well, how old are you? And I said, I'm 37 years old. I said, no way, sorry. I said, well, this lady behind me in the queue could verify my age. That's my mum there. And she just looks at my mum and says, well, he's not over 25 for sure. And he says, well, I'm 70 years old, so I'm quite flattered you think I had a child 25 years ago. I said, well, I'm sorry, I can't serve him. I just can't. I was just like, bloody hell. And then I had to go put it like, will you serve my mum? And she goes, okay. Yeah, I had to get my mum to buy me a pack of Magners at 37-year-old. Fuck's sake. That was pretty humiliating, that one.
I've always looked older than I was.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll appreciate that in a few years' time.
Yeah, I mean, it's another thing also, the gym I go to, my Muay Thai instructor, he was in my class in school. And nobody in the class believes that we're the same age. They honestly think I'm 15 years younger than him.
Yeah, well, you look, I at a glance, 33.
I get much younger guesses than that a lot of the time. Like in the summer, when I was going to the wind farms and all that, the guys that I was working with were just stunned to hear my age. They just could not believe it.
Aye, but at the same time, it's not bad. It's not a bad complaint to have. You look longer.
So I don't know if losing the weight, what that's going to do to it either. If that's going to make it better or worse.
I know. Depends. Depends on your body type.
Yeah. Because I can't. I honestly, it's been that long now. I can't remember what I'm like without all the bulk on me. What my actual natural body type is. But I'll find out soon enough.
I know. I think I inherited a bit of my father, because apparently he needed to shave twice a day, and he was a stocky fucker.
Yeah, because you're quite broad-shouldered. Like you're not that tall, but you're quite broad in your shoulders. I notice.
He was much bigger. I kind of got like half of him, and I got half the O'Reilly, which I don't know what the O'Reilly is. I think it's the nose.
Yeah,
that's apparently it.
Yeah, that's good. Right? You ever going to come up and visit me at my college?
Just name the date.
Anytime you want. There you go. No.
March.
Yeah, that'd be grand. That'd be my birthday.
Grand. Because at the moment, I can't go in the next 2 months because I'm coaching the Dublin universities.
Yeah.
For the Fitzpatrick Cup, and that's in February.
All right.
So when I say coaching, I mean I'm trying to scrap a team together, or two teams, because I'm doing the men's team and the women's team.
Aye.
The women's team, I get a proper team out, no bother.
Because
just the men's team I'm a bit worried about.
Yeah, because you can fly to Glasgow and then get a flight from Glasgow to here direct, which is probably what you want to do.
Be a flight?
It's 45 minutes from Glasgow to here.
On a flight? All right, so it's kind of like the flight from here to Dublin.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't want to get the bus and the boat over here. It'll take you all day, and I think you'll be pissed off with it.
Oh, if it's a bus, no way. I'll take the plane. If it's a train, I like trains, so I'll take the train. Depends.
You can get a train up. You can get a train up to Inverness, and then after that, you have to get the bus to get to the
No.
ferry to get to mine after that.
I won't do buses too long on buses. I'd be pissed off.
Yeah.
Don't like.
Yeah, you'd be
too much.
better off
Mainly
just-
because I just want somewhere like a train is easy enough because you have your seat, you got plenty of reg room, and the Jacks is just just down the way.
Oh no,
But a
but
bus, some.
any time specific in March you want to come up?
I'll let you know. Mainly because I'm waiting for the National League football thing to be released, and there's just some places that are due this year that I want to go to because I know we're playing Galway away, and I really wanted to go to Galway.
Yeah.
Mainly because Air Square in Galway on a night out is such a fantastic night out. Like Galway is fucking class. Where else? I know Oma's also good crack as well because we're playing Oma away. And Mayo, Castlebar. Sure, big glass. Can't remember where else. Where I'm going back to Cork.
Well, yeah, I'm just seeing how much the flights are to here.
And it'd be from Dublin, by the way, not from Donegal.
Oh no, I'm just checking the Glasgow leg for you.
I'm sure there'd be one straight there to where you are from Dublin. If it's
Well, there was direct. You got to remember, it's a town of 8,000. I'm near. See, I'm in a village of 250 out here. So.
All right. Grand. I'll bunk in a your shirt then.
Yeah, no problem. There's plenty of room here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if that's agreeable. That's what they want to impose.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll just go. So something like
I know I want to do some stuff, kind of local traveling while I can. Because also then I'm also doing Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Not this year, next year, because I'm doing the Euros with the AFL, and that's a day-long tournament. But I'm going to go there on a Friday, and I'm going to leave on the Monday.
Yeah,
it's the last time I did the Euros. I left in an absolute heap. I was dying, and believe me or not, it's your choice. I never touched the weed. I was totally on the drink. And that's not from me like being I don't like weed, you shouldn't do weed. I just never did it. It's just one of the things that never appealed to me. Yeah. If you do it, that's great for you. If you don't, that's also good for you. I just didn't do it because I didn't feel bothered. Didn't feel arsed. I just don't like smoking. But I was fucking dead. I didn't play that many matches though. That's kind of pissed me off even more. I didn't get that much game time. But sure, feck it, I'll get a bit more game time this year.
Yeah, but £100 to return to fly up here.
From Dublin?
That's from Glasgow. I'm sure you...
All right. But if I go through, some travel direct or anything, I'll get it off. Pretty cheaply.
That's Well, you can go through Glasgow or Edinburgh to get up here.
I'm sure if I can. I've got some stuff in the budget there that will see me through anyway.
And I think you'd be able to get the Dublin to Glasgow or Edinburgh. That'd be dirt cheap anyway.
Yeah, that'd be class. Though if we're doing this, we should get is any other UK based tools around?
I don't know. It's just like I'm that out of the way, so well, a wee bit out of the way for everyone. But
let's have a wee bit of crack anyway. Sure.
I'll get crack up here and show you what the island has. You can see my humble little college for yourself.
Sure. At the end of the day, it'd be fucking grand, won't it? So just a few beers, and can they pour Guinness there? That's the main thing.
We've got the brewery here where you can get 5 a pint in there.
What's that?
£1.75 a pint at the brewery. They have a pub, the local brewery.
Okay, so what's the island you live in?
The edge of the world, it's called.
Sounds class.
And I can take you. You can go for a gym session with me as well.
Well, that definitely sounds A1 to me.
Yep. All right. Cool. Oh well. Just let me know a date and I'll set things up for you.
Where the? Right. I thought I had a calendar uploaded here. Bang, bang, bang. I said March, so not the 17th. That's Patrick's Day, and that's family. Maybe the 10th.
10th of March. That's actually my birthday's on the 6th, so that's quite good. That'll be quite good.
All right, let's go for. Let's preliminarily go for the 10th.
So coming up on the 10th and then leaving on, or just the weekend of the 10th.
Yeah, the weekend of the 10th. I can come up on the 10th and then come back on the Sunday. Let's say I go on the 10th. I meet you there, have a few drinks in your house, and then say Saturday we go for the main session, and then I leave on the Sunday.
All right. All right. Yeah, look into that.
That should be class anyway. Mainly because I want to do a little bit more kind of exploring before I go to Singapore, if I get to go to Singapore. I'm one of these. I'm kind of this double-headed coin. Mainly, I'm confident going to get Singapore, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't want to jinx it because that proposal I wrote for Singapore, it was kind of really highly rated in UCD.
Yeah.
And UCD really have a good track record of getting Marie Curie proposals. So, I don't know. She kind of stopped herself by saying, "Oh, it's the best one we have."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. If it gets all I care about if it gets funded or not. That's it. But I think it will.
I was going to say I think we'll finish up the stream there because I think now it's just us blabbing and bantering. It's not the interesting discussions we had when Nathan was here.
No, probably not.
Nathan's got a horrible habit of raising the bar for us too.
Yeah, that damn him and his intellectual superiority.
So yeah, thank you for turning up. We might make these a regular thing. We're doing them quite regular now anyway.
Oh yeah, not next week because I have friends coming up from Dublin.
Well, we might get Nathan and Jen together and do one with them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you can keep this up, this be a bit
of
class.
I might be going to watch Blade Runner, but we might get some kind of crew together.
Oh, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, as long as somebody has access to the tool page,
I'm going to set that up. I'm going to give. I know Jen's got access to it. I'm going to give Nathan access to it as well if he ever wants to do that.
Yeah, because I think one of these every now and again would be class.
Yeah. All right, guys. Good night, and thanks for joining in. We'll see you again soon.